Well, Jerry Jones, you were finally making some moves. Okay, so if you have not heard yet, the Dallas Cowboys have traded a first round pick for Oakland Raiders wide receiver Amari Cooper. This is with this is definitely a trade that I think was obviously going to be done at some point, whether it was the Cowboys or not. Let's face it, Amari Cooper was leaving the Oakland Raiders. Um, but my thoughts on this is that I think this is a great trade for both teams. Actually, if you're not familiar with my channel, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm going to be addressing this from both perspectives and why I really like this for both sides. So to start with the Raiders, obviously they're in a pretty sudden rebuilding mode, which something I would not have expected at the start of the season. But we saw Khalil Mack get traded to the Chicago Bears for two first rounds. Now now they have shipped Amari Cooper for a first round, and they're possibly exploring even more players as well. I've seen Gary and Conley on the trading block. I've seen Carl Joseph on the trading block. It's a massive change, which in Oakland, which is kind of surprising that since given that we're only 2 years removed from a 12-4 season. Anyway, so this is a fantastic trade for the Oakland Raiders. You now have three first round picks for the 2019 NFL draft, and that's plus two first rounds in the 2020 draft. Think about all that potential you're going to be able to get. As a Cowboy fan, it kind of reminds me the Cowboys with the Vikings and Herschel Walker, in which we got all those first rounds that maybe turn into our future Hall of Famers. I'm not going to predict that's what's going to happen with the Raiders, but you never know. You never know and how they're going to turn out to be. So with all these with all these high prospects that we're going to see on the Oakland Raiders very soon, it's going to be a very exciting time. Even when the Raiders are in a massive change, they're going to be moving to Las Vegas. Obviously, many familiar faces are gone, and we're still kind of not really used to John Gruden and his coaching regimes yet. So it's a huge matter of transition, but I truly see a lot of hope. And plus, I wasn't even positive that Amari Cooper was going to be traded for a first round pick. So good job on Oakland for that as well. Now I'm going to shift gears to the Dallas Cowboys, of course, my beloved favorite team, whatever adjective you want to use. Um, now, some people may argue that a first round was a bit of an overprice, which I can totally understand, but let's face it, we needed to make moves, plain and simple. We needed to make moves. We did nothing in the offseason besides signing Alan Hearns, who's been a massive bust. We needed to do something. Our offense has been overall, well, actually decent at home, but it's been a train wreck on the road. So we had to get something done if we want to contend in the NFC East, which is overall pretty competitive right now. I don't know. I kind of don't know who's gonna win at this point. It's pretty well, not the New York Giants, but Eagles, Cowboys, and Redskins are all look like they can possibly win, in my opinion. Anyway, so not to get off topic, but a first round pick, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I know there were plenty of other options, and actually, as a matter of fact, my favorite guy I wanted to get to trade block was actually Demarius Thomas, because not only would we have to probably not pay a first rounder, I think we could have gone with like a third, but he's also high size, which is something the Cowboys lack. As for Cooper, though, he's a lot younger than Demarius Thomas and still has plenty of potential. And already we've seen Amari Cooper make two Pro Bowls, and obviously this year and last year he hasn't been on that same caliber since. But I'm going to be addressing. I won't fully blame it, but like he's had some bad coaching since his Pro Bowl days. And now I don't really think the Cowboys coaching is great either, but I expect that to change soon. And hey, this guy, when I checked, is 24 years old, and according to Ian Rappaport, he's only 6 months older than Calvin Ridley, which actually shocked me. when I first read that. Especially given not only that both were receivers out of Alabama, but like they're, I, let's see, 20, 3 years separate from drafts. I believe Cooper was 2015 NFL draft. So, but only 6 months in a matter of three NFL drafts. So hey, this is essentially the Cowboys making their first round pick right here. If you want to think of it, if we can think outside the box. So if you're a Cowboys fan and you're upset that they traded a first round pick, relax. This is our first round pick for 2019. And I know we have like N'Keal Harris and players, but hey, is that is it gonna be? Does it really matter that much that we don't get him over Amari Cooper, who's really a young player just like him? I really don't think so. First round, I will agree. First round was the maximum price I would have wanted to pay, but we didn't go over. So for a team that was in desperate need of a receiver in order to be contending for the playoffs, this was a move that had to be done. So I am very happy with the Cowboys front office, minus one thing. I have this one but in regards to just the Cowboys only. I think this is a great trade for both teams. As I said, it's a perfect mutualistic trade. Cowboys are going to benefit from this, and the Raiders are going to benefit from this. But just my one tiny concern or just question that I kind of have for Jerry Jones. How come we didn't get Earl Thomas for a first rounder? I know Earl Thomas is old and such, but like he's still a very talented player. I will say though, I'm glad Jerry Jones, you're being aggressive for this trade block. Again, I'm I'm very happy about it, but I think we could have maybe been a little bit more efficient, but overall, I'm not really that mad. I am very very happy with the result of this trade. I do think this is definitely going to help us not only in the short term but long term as well. He's cheap. We can definitely sign him to an extension if we need to, which I kind of do